and plastic flowers. Imitation remembrance. No flowers for Cal. He held the paper bag between circled thumb and forefinger, reading the grave markers as he walked past them. He smiled as he passed the grave of Odell Watson, who had shoveled shit in Louisiana during World War II and died of a heart attack in '74. Little American flag number 1. No flowers for Cal. His mother would bring them later, and chide him for not having visited the cemetery. "And on Memorial Day, too," she would say. If he didn't manage to head her off, that remark would degenerate into a whole conversation about how wonderful Cal had been, and how he was up there with Jesus waiting for the family to join him, and how Spencer didn't love him. "Even tore up the last letter your brother ever wrote, without letting the rest of us read it." The ones who really loved him, she meant. Spencer had heard it all before, at least twice a year since 1966. He avoided his mother on her Cal days. Martha knew by now not to put her calls through. Just past the boxwood hedge was Bobby Beaupre. Spencer remembered him as one of the big boys, older than Cal, even, whose attitude toward the younger kids alternated between bullying and condescension. Spencer never passed his grave without remembering their first encounter in the cemetery. It was Halloween, and Spencer was 6 years old. He had pleaded to be allowed to go trick-or-treating with Cal, but Cal didn't want any babies tagging along after him and his gang. Spencer had been sent off in his pirate costume with 2 little girls, and they were warned to stay together and to look out for bad boys who might take away their bags of candy. Spencer had been on his way home with half a sackful of Tootsie Rolls, jelly beans, and Double Bubble. He said he was cutting through Oakdale because it was a shortcut, but it was really to prove his bravery to the sniffling fairy princess and the plastic-masked witch who refused to enter the dark cemetery. The shortcut also served to get rid of them. He had been just about to this point by the boxwood hedge when he saw a white-sheeted figure coming at him. In the moonlight, Spencer could see white socks and high-topped sneakers beneath the sheet. He tucked his candy under his arm and sprinted for the low stone wall, heedless of the shouts behind him. Later, at home, Spencer squirmed in embarrassment as Cal made everyone laugh with a whole routine about how Spencer thought he saw a ghost and hightailed it out of the graveyard, when it was just Bobby Beaupre in a bedsheet. Spencer tried to explain that he knew it was a live person in disguise. He had thought it was a candy thief, but no one paid any attention to him. Cal's version made a cuter story. Bobby Beaupre was soon to be flag number 2 when the civic committee came around to decorate the graves of the glorious war dead. Bobby had made it back from Korea with sergeant's stripes and a few shrapnel scars, and then wrapped his Plymouth around a tree on 6/11 after a Saturday night at the tavern. A clump of pink azaleas triggered a later memory, the itch of an old army blanket and a breath of White Shoulders cologne. Oakdale Cemetery was really 2 places in Spencer's mind, both occupying the same space geographically, like Persia and Iran, different connotations for the same piece of ground. The Oakdale Cemetery of Spencer's childhood was a place reserved for dead people, in the ghost story sense of the term. Nobody they really knew was there, except perhaps an aged and scarcely familiar grandparent. That cemetery had been a place to give an extra charge to hide and seek. It served as a fitting backdrop for a night spent telling horror stories with the guys.